It has been 1 whole year since I've done an ICP test on this tank behind me, and I have never done one on my pico reef, which isn't looking too hot. So today, we are gonna be setting off some samples. These ATI test kits are the ones that I use because they're just so easy. It comes with everything you need, you mail it back, everything is accessible online. I will have an Amazon link in the description below, and they include the label to ship it back. All of the vials have the same numbers on them. I think last time I didn't do this one, but since I have RO right now, I might as well send it in to get checked as well. If everything was still looking fantastic in my tank, I probably wouldn't do this because it costs money. I've done it before. If there's nothing wrong, why would you pay a bunch of money, not a bunch of money, but whatever, you know, like why would you pay an extra 50 bucks if there's no need for it and everything is looking great? If you haven't done it at all in the past, it's definitely a good idea just to send one in and kind of test out where you are. Everybody has their own way of doing things. Me personally, if nothing's looking wrong, why am I gonna go out of my way and spend extra money and time to do it? So the main things that I usually use as an indicator is my Monty's. You see how it's got like darkish colors to it? You could see it all here. Like it just does not look super vibrant and great. And it's still getting good growth, but it doesn't look very happy. Another reason I wanna test is for these acros. So the Rainbow Millie, doing great. This bluish green tort acro that I have, looking great. The Walt Disney that I had, completely died. I also had, I think that one back there was a Bill Murray, completely died. I wanna say that was the Goblin Chalice. It was looking great. All of a sudden, it just turned to crap. These guys over here, the mushrooms that were here, they were there for the longest time with everything that was around it. All of a sudden they started withering away. Other mushrooms, doing great, doing great. It's a very weird situation where some of the things are dying off and others are not, and they're in the same family. I don't really understand it. You know, you could say like, oh, if the acro was up there and then there's an acro down there, yeah, like different lighting, different flow, yada yada. But they're right next to each other. Luckily, the Euphilia garden over here, the hammers and the frog spawns have been doing fantastic, with the exception of that one head that died off from this hammer a while ago. This head stayed very fluffy. This one's got 4 heads on it now. I wanna say I got it with 1, maybe 2. I could be wrong, I'm not sure. I don't know if you guys remember, but we also brought this guy back. We had it in the Pico Reef for a while. It was almost completely dead. We dipped it in some Lugos, dropped it down here on a plate, and look at it now. It is doing awesome. There has also been a couple supplements that I've been adding, not like frequently, but a couple times a week when I remember. The first one is Brightwell Aquatics Coral Aminos, mainly just because I kind of want to I have a little bit of OCD and I like to get rid of the bottles. I'm not sure that I would be getting this again unless when I stop using it, I see a big difference, and I have not tested that out yet. So once this is done, I will not use it for a bit and see if there's any difference in my coral coloration and growth. Based on the results from my last ICP test, which I also did when things were not looking great, I was low on iodine. So I picked up this Red Sea Trace Colors Iodine Plus, and I did notice a difference when I started using it. Again, I am not doing it frequently enough to like say for sure that it is that, but I didn't want to go too crazy without doing a follow-up test and figuring out kind of where we're at. And fill it up. Probably shouldn't have rinsed that in there, but hey, too late now. The saltwater ones, it says to do the same thing. Just rinse them and then fill them. 3. So this is the best part. All right, you got all your vials filled. All you do is literally put them back in this mailer that they give you. Close this puppy back up. 1 done, 1 to go. This tank, I don't even know if I want to talk about it. It has just gone so downhill and I don't understand why. It was doing so good and then it just started going real bad, real fast. I have the lights about 75%, just about a quarter up in terms of blueness, so there's not too much white. I have been cleaning the pump frequently so that way it continues to do flow. I've been doing water changes, but all of my Acans are just having polyp bailout. Most of them are already gone. Look at this. I have not seen our blue-green clownfish goby in here in a while. Maybe he died and caused a little bit of destruction in the tank, but I have not found a body. I have not found any remnants of him passing, so Other than not being able to see him, that's the only thing I could think of. The emerald crab is in here, so I'm trying to keep an eye on him to see if he's been picking at stuff. Haven't caught that yet. Glitch is still doing fine, so again, you would think if it was something real bad that the fish maybe would die. Also, you would think that the snails and stuff would die. Those are still doing good, still eating away. The Ghanies, again, these lights just turned on, but the Ghanies, both the green and the pink one, have been doing fine as well, which in the past I have not been able to keep Ghanies, so it's very strange to me that those are doing well, but all of the Acans, which should be easier, are not. This is like the main reason that I wanted to order the ICP tests again, just to see what is going on in this tank. I'm sure whatever it is going to throw me through a loop, but hopefully it's something that's very obvious that we can, you know, correct and course correct and then get things, you know, back on. Honestly, I would love nothing more than just to completely stock up this tank already. But we can't do that if stuff keeps freaking dying, mate. This is a lot of water for this tank. Good thing I'm gonna do a water change after this. And we got our 3 vials. Then you just stick them in the mailbox. Don't forget to put up your little flag. See you guys in a few weeks when the results come back. The results are in, and they indeed did throw me through a loop. I'm gonna show you all the tank results, but I know a lot of you guys have been asking for a Scully update, so I just wanted to show you how it's doing right now. I did have to put it back in the cage because I tried without it for a bit, but Mr. Tang just wasn't having it. It was completely fluffed over the skeleton yesterday. I do see that the mouth is kind of like tipped up like a volcano almost. I'm not sure if that is a sign of anything, but it's doing that. I think I will eventually have to take this guy out of this tank because the Tang won't leave it alone, and I obviously don't want to just have a cage in my tank forever. So maybe once it's all healed and healthy and good to go, I'll switch it to, like, I don't know, the nano tank or something. Don't forget, guys, I am flying one of you out to Skelly Fest Miami 2023. All you guys gotta do to enter the giveaway is subscribe to the channel and drop a comment down below. All the rules are in the description below as well. Today is the last day to enter. The winner will be selected tomorrow. Now let's get to these results. No lie, when you guys see these results, you're gonna be like, what in the world are you doing? And the thing is, I have no idea. I am honestly at disbelief with the pico tank at like how the levels even got to what they got to. So anyway, let's just start off with RODI so you guys can see that we're at a good starting point there, and that isn't the problem. All of our major elements are in check, reading nothing. Our minor elements also in check. I don't know why the nitrate usually shows like down. It's also nothing because it's RODI water, but I guess it's supposed to have 2. I don't know. But anyway, green check marks all around, so RODI is doing good. We're gonna start with the Red Sea Max 250 first because that one's not terrible. It's not like tip-top condition either, and it's actually a little bit worse than the last time I did this last year. So we do have to account for a couple things, but it's not horrendous. It is showing 85 overall, and where we're really suffering is in our major and minor elements. Nothing in our pollutants or our base elements. Our salinity is in check, 33-ish, which is interesting because I usually go on my refractometer like 34, 35, so right around there. The DKH is a little bit higher than I usually go. When I test here, it's usually 8 to 8.5, and that's kind of what I aim, in between 8 and 9. However, this might have been like right after the doser went off, or not like right after, but a little bit after, so that could be why it's a little elevated. I don't remember what time I took the test. Sulfur is a hair low, not too bad. Calcium's 409, that's where I like to keep it, between 4 and 450. Bromine is still low, so I guess, and my fluorine, look, this one's red. This one's real low. I was doing Red Sea Trace Colors A, but not consistently, so clearly I could do it more often if it's still very, very low. Our minor elements, lithium is like half what it's supposed to be. All of these are good. Manganese has always been low in my tank. I need to get that up somehow. All these are green, 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 and then we're low on zinc too. Here's where things get real, real spicy, guys. Nitrate, 28. Bit high, but whatever. Phosphates, 0.88. Now, when I was telling you guys that I was reading 0.3, 0.4, you were like, do you mean 0.04? And I was like, no, 0.3, 0.4. They've always been high in my tank. My last test was reading, I checked it, it was 0.33. Now it's 0.88. So we're definitely double the phosphates, and we got to get that down ASAP. I don't understand. I mean, I feed a normal amount. My fish always eat. Sometimes I do like a fast day where I don't feed anything. I don't know. I don't know why my nutrients are so high. So yeah, we just basically got to do that, and everything else is green, and they recommend GFO, so we're gonna do that, and that should clean this tank up a bit more, and we'll be good to go. Before we get into the results for the Pico tank, that one right there, I just want to preface this with, I don't dose anything. I was water changing a little bit extended period, which could contribute to some of this, but I have since been increasing my water changes. Now let's get into these results. Just felt like Dr. Phil. This freaking wave is at 67%, which is horrendous. Struggling a bit in our major and minor elements, but then in our base elements is where we are really, really off base, and that's what's kind of killing us. Same with the salinity, we're good there, 33, almost 34. DKH is almost 13. I don't understand. I do not dose this tank at all. Like, I do not dose this tank. How is the alkalinity going up if I'm not dosing anything? This mind-blowing, but water changes is the only thing I can think of to get this down. Do things leach alkalinity? I don't know. Let me know if you have an answer for me there. Anyway, let's keep it moving here. So in our major elements, we're good with these. Also down in the sulfur, our calcium, also 458, don't dose at all. Not sure how it's up there, but hey, that's great. Our calcium's 450, so we would be good to be growing corals if the rest of it wasn't trash. And then the same bromine is down. We're up a little bit in strontium, not too much, but just a little bit. And boron and fluorine is good. Minor elements, we got a couple more checked off here. We are low on lithium, iodine, up on barium, manganese as well is low, vanadium and zinc. I don't even know what those are, but they're also a little bit low. Here is where things take a turn for the worst. Phosphate of 1.93. It's supposed to be 0.04. How is it 1.93? That's like unheard of. I mean, you guys were, like I said, you guys were coming after me when I was saying it was 0.4. This is 1.93. That's insane. Again, this tank I do not feed every day. I feed like maybe 2 days on and then 1 day off because I know it's so small and I don't want the nutrients to go crazy, but clearly that hasn't done anything because it's out of control. I don't understand how it's 1.93. Good thing that right after I took this water samples out of here, I happened to do a water change. I also did another water change as soon as I saw these results a couple days ago. Remember how I said that my acans were all shriveling up and I couldn't figure it out? So like I was typing why my acans shriveling up. You get a bunch of different answers, right? There's nothing like set in stone. And it's kind of funny how when you're searching for that, like why are my acans shriveling up, you can't get like a certain answer. But I then searched, once I found these results, does high phosphate affect acans or something like that? I don't know. And right away, all of my results came back showing that if your acans are shriveling it up, it could be because of high phosphate. So clearly this number is out of control, and I think we found the culprit on why all of our acans are either dead or shriveled or whatever they're doing. High phosphates, extremely high phosphates. So if you didn't know that phosphates affected your acans and started to get them to shrivel and stuff, now you know. And then the rest of them are green. So we're gonna get some GFO in this tank. So I picked up some BRS GFO so we can put in both of our tanks. And then for the elements that are short, I finally picked up some Tropic Marine Alpha Reef. You guys have been telling me to use this stuff for a while now, and it's finally time to give it a shot and start dosing it and see if we get those levels up. The GFO instructions happen to just say 1 tablespoon for 4 gallons, and our pico is 3 gallons, so we're just gonna do like a flat 1 tablespoon. How's that? I feel like that's pretty good. I mean, our levels are at 2, so I don't know how much this can actually hurt, you know? But we don't want it to go down too quickly either. It's crazy that this little bit is hopefully gonna make a big difference. Way down yonder. No string beans left behind. We did lose a few more homies over the last couple weeks, which is super sad. Rock flowers are still thriving. Anyway, let's see what we are reading now after 2 water changes. even with our 2 water changes, our water is still bluer than blue, and that means we are still over 1 with our phosphates. Not good. So if you guys know what might be causing my phosphates to be so extremely high, please drop a comment down below and let me know. I really don't think it's overfeeding, because like I said, I'm aware that I only have 1 fish in there. Like, it's not like I'm dumping in tons of food. In the meantime, let's dose a couple drops of Alpha Reef. So this guy actually says to start with 5 milliliters per 25 gallons. This is only 3 gallons. So 1 milliliter would be 5 gallons. I'm gonna do like half of a milliliter to start. Again, not something I'm gonna do every single day to start with, because I wanna see, like, I don't wanna shock the tank. I don't even know if it would shock it, but goodness. What in the world? I don't know how much I trust this. Oh, it actually works. Nice. Alright, let's grab this and don't. Haha, just kidding. I bet some of you guys are like, no, don't put that all in. Alright, I got this little guy. And we're gonna go. I shouldn't have put that in the water. Oh well, too late now. Nice and easy. Now we have like 11, 12 milliliters left, which we will put into this tank. Remember, this is a 65 gallon, 5 milliliters per 25 gallons. That's 10 milliliters for 50 gallons, and a little bit for the extra 15. Hope that makes everybody happy. Good luck to everybody who entered the giveaway. I'll see one of you guys, hopefully more than one of you guys, but I'll be flying one of you guys out to Skelly Fest Miami 2023. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Later.